Okay, guys, so in this video, we're going to be talking about the entry process. Now, the entry process is a very simple process. Okay, so let's go and take some notes. For entry, we must first see a 15M/5M LC liquidated. Then we will see, then we must see a five, sorry, a 1M LC plus ENG. It, it is also possible to see a normal ENG candle. It's a B grade setup. Okay, so what do I mean by this? So first of all, we must see a liquidity candle liquidated. So say, for example, we come in here and we see something like this. Okay, this here is a liquidity candle. Okay, so say, for example, on the 5M LC. Okay, from here, we then must see a candle like this. Okay, so a liquidity candle. And then an engulfing candle. Okay, so this candle must take out the high of this candle, or if we're in a bearish scenario, it must take out the low of this candle. Okay, this here is an A grade setup. Now, what if this candle here isn't a doji? What if it is just like a normal candle, like so? Then this is a B grade setup. Now, this must come and take out the high of this as well. However, this is a B grade setup and you can still take them, as sometimes these do work. However, the best setup if you want the highest win rate, it is a liquidity candle. So let's go onto the chart and have a look at some of these. Okay, so yet again, going today for the example. So here you can see we took out a liquidity candle right here. And then the next step would be for us to look for entry. Okay. So as you can see here, we have a normal candle and then an engulfing. And if we're using a 3 pip stop loss, which is what I like to use on EU, this would have been stopped out. Now, this is why I'm saying if you want, you can wait for these liquidity candles plus engulfing. And that would be an A grade setup. Now, where would you be looking to enter on this? Now, you can either look to enter on the liquidity candle here, okay, and have a 3 pip stop loss, or you can look to enter here on the engulfing at market value. And there you would have, maybe a 4 pip stop loss just to cover the high. Okay. Now, in terms of targets, where do we like to target? Well, we would obviously target the next H4 MSNR. And in this case, it would be here. Okay, so that down to there would be an 8-hour trade. And as you can see, price ends up hitting that like so. Okay, so now if we have a look at another example, the price here, we come and take out this liquidity candle here. Okay. We then go down a time frame to the 1 minute. And as you can see, this is a thing with the liquidity candles. These engulfing candles, they sometimes do work, but it is a B setup and you are probably going to take a loss. So if you are going to wait for a liquidity candle setup, this would be the setup. And even still here, you would have taken a loss on the first one, even if you had a 3 pip stop loss. And then you could have retaken entry here. And where would we be targeting? Well, you could target up here, the New York highs, or you could target the next H4 MSNR level, like so, which would be here for 9R. And as you can see, oh, something weird's happened there. But as you can see, the price does end up hitting that 9R, I believe that was, like so. Eventually. There you go. So that's how we do entry. In the next video, I'm going to be showing you how we piece together each part of the strategy.